Memoachi na memoa kwa ba mfambra ya Adom TV. Emre na dru se o se de na wotwe dwumadie ye de bro. Se ne da ne da ye no se na wotwe ko na eba beto ye ne o se esimi sinkonya. Na ye dwundwe o man Ghana ho ye hwe nsem aba na wotwe we mu. Ene wadwen a wo so wo e kire e wo ho. Na wotwe we onim se President John Dramani Mahama akoswa ye ne appointment no eba no ministerial na I mean, our committees obey limited to the 60. In Tusha, Siciano, Niaka also yet was the deputy ministers now, so 60. Why appointment ni be? Name the minority leader, or Alexander Afenyo Markin, say, and nam say MPs bebrena, enya baby sharing tiabeya, and President John Dramani Mahama, onche. No, the pagana for so me and Amekaye, then so no. Enya dia me de ye adwuma be ye ntimi sremo mama me kwana me nye bi nka ho nanka o appointed over 60 ministers and ye bisa say one ne ya adwen ana kire say oni ora Alexander Afenyo Markin ya adwen say enka President Mahama be ya anka on paga na for chaw na onhwe no nya appointment be because ebinum to say former MP and former minister you know safuse ni mu nyina no enya appointment ye enti no Oshe nkofo mo NDC mu ne omo adwen omo metumi de abo oman amampani ompa ye chew no appoint bi nkan wana ade e bedi hu nkomo enana pay na omampani eni abaya sa hye se senior high school so nim say duru ba bi enam free SHS ntino omo centralize aduane a senior high school for eto edeman koda no o se nei headmasters ensign hwe no monto omo aduane enti nye central government and ayen centralizing system no no de aduane afi ha de abrewa na mba appoint obi a oba supply with aduane dabi headmaster a o senior high school ho no ono ankasa behwe no appoint obi a obetumi a supply mo aduane ene ye bisa se ye hwe no ne nsema ifi so ba ebeko yi amaye ananse nkebe ya ye ma de buffer stock na hwe no mo contractors no mon supply secondary school for no aduane ye bedwendwen ho ene anapay na ya hwe ministerial nominees ya veti omo so far onu say so far ya approve about 12 of them and the president aswe mu 11 am sure omodwuma say na ye hwe say wo hwe omo a ya veti omo no a ohun say so far nkofo say I say omo te committees no mu misa questions ni yie ma ye hu omo akoye ministers no ye hu omo abilities ni ye bisa say wonso hu ni say nti woni entra from now to 10 a.m. na ye ndwendwen your mind Ghana ho ye nhwe se ye nyina no ekwan ben ye giri adwen bobo a betumi ama oman akọ nanimu ye ye from Kojo Brace I'm just representing a team omatumi abobo show ya no kama so on behalf of production team led by Ora AC Ohene Walanyomo, the cameramen, the directors, producers, sound guys. Memo akwaba. Ye twa enwotew ye ba ye behwe na ya twa ya domosuko nsama ye bedwendwen wono ye bedomosuko na bibia so atumi akoye oni entra ba yisia. Okay, enti memo akwaba bi o mfambra Nnawotwe Yi wonu say President Mahama nominate a couple of ministers na ade a ya vet bebre na so approve omo na enhwe omo a ya vet ne ya approve omo so far na yen started from omo ya swear mu in Dr. Kesiel Atoforson Minister of Finance ya swear in Dr. Dominic Ayine Attorney General and Minister for Justice ya swear in John Abdullah Jenapo Minister of Energy and Green Transition ade ya swear on so in Ora Haruna Idrisu Minister of Education ya swear on so in Eric Opoku, Minister of Food and Agriculture, Governs Kwame Agboja, Minister of Roads and Highways, Ononso, Yasweni in. And Kaya Yasweni in so Ablaje Fagomashi, Minister of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, Emilia Arthur, Minister of Fisheries, George Opare Ado, Minister of Youth Development and Empowerment, Yasweni in. Ahmed Ibrahim, Minister of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs on also there Yasweni in Elizabeth Ofosu Ajare on your Minister for Trade, Industry and Agribusiness on also Yasweni in Maame Agnes na Momolate, Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection. Ono ya approve no, but President ain't swearing in. Inti or still you can qualify her say or designate. Now regional minister say ya swear ya veti omo. Ali Adolf John Northern Regional Minister designate. John Kwajo Japan OT Regional Minister designate. James Gunu Volta Regional Minister designate. Rita Akosua Awote Eastern Regional Minister designate. No more sign Afenyo Eba beveti omono okay, so Muhammad Mubarak Muntakanso ya vetino as Minister for Interior. I think on also come where no I'll have to cross check, but on so ya vetino Parliament approve on also kra every anisa yenim se Afenyo Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Obenewa Akwele Oklu yebe vetino Kwabna Minta Kando Minister of Health designate Afenyo yeba be vetino Dr. Edward Omaneboama, Minister for Defense, so Yebabe Veteno. Joseph Bukari Nikbe, Minister of Transport. Kofi Idie Adams, Minister of Sports and Recreation. Emmanuel Ama Kofi Boa, Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, designate. Samuel Okujoto Ablakwa, Minister of Foreign Affairs, designate. Samuel Nate George, Minister of Communication, Digital Technology, and innovations on so afe and Yebabe Veteno. Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed, a Minister of Works, Housing and Water Resources, Afenyo Yebabe Veteno. J. Kenneth Gilbert, Minister of Works, Housing and Water Resources, designate. And Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed, a Minister of Environment, Science and Technology. Dr. Abdul Rashid Pelpo, Minister of Labor, Jobs and Employment designate. Ono Afenyo Yebabe Veteno. Felix Kwachiofosu as Minister of State, Government Communications designate. Afenyo Yebabe Veteno. Emmanuel Kwajoajekum, Minister of State, Special Initiatives. Poazueng Charles Luanga, Upper West Regional Minister designate. Joseph Adai Akwabwa, Bono Regional Minister designate. Francis Owusu-Nchi, Bono East Regional Minister designate. Joseph Nelson, Western Region Minister designate. Wilbert Petty Brentum, Western North Regional Minister designate. Eduamwa Eko Penyin, Central Regional Minister designate. And where a list of ministers are Afei and Yebabe Veto Omo. Salisu Bey Awurebe Isifo, a Savannah Regional Minister designate. Charity Gardner for Regional Minister designate. Inti we mono Omo Afei and Yebabe Vete Omo. Yebesi biano yebehwe ne yede ado na onu se vete no so ekoso a yema ye ote wunsem ewo Adom TV anto ne yentina wa bra vete we ekoso na bete nsem no senia esi etie na ministers no yaso enwi na omo sign ne omo din ne kama na unse efe papa congrats to omo nyina no na President Mahama eden nsem bi etudwa no wa bra or approve or swear in the second batch of ministers. So I say, or share on the transparency, inclusivity, and accountability. Ebe ya de be dio money munkan e wo mu role we. Fi say e ya de Ghana for any da kwan say omo de sa nyoma we ebe dio money munkan abra omo serve Ghana for. No say quote Ghana for a signal say omo zero tolerance for poor governance. And that President Mahama can and so omo nhwe so omo serve in dignity and with dignity, respect and an unwavering commitment to national progress, because munim say abanya ye be di omo ye je tumi efi omo nsem no e ya de Ghana for can say ahantan ni ahomaso na edos omo mu enti mo nso yaya mo minister say onhye ni ye we ni nsema President Mahama de kan e de tudwa yenko ne nkohwe eye nsem ne bi wabra also ministers no into office.
For disrespectful gaslighting by government officials are well and truly over. They will take firm action as they deem fit to punish any administration that takes them for granted. I therefore charge you to serve in humility and candor, always remembering that we serve at the pleasure of the Ghanaian people and that the authority we exercise emanates from them.
And which osan editor aswafo yenim say japade bia wo bia no o man nedi se be yaketa hyekankan ne proya wo ko e wona mamumu no obetimi edru sa abotaye no.
We must be transparent and fair in all our dealings. The anti-corruption institutions will be empowered to investigate and deal with any appointee who falls foul of the law. I expect all of you to begin the process of declaring your assets. The Chief of Staff will announce the cutoff date by which time all eligible appointees should have deposited their assets declaration forms with the Auditor General. I wish all of you good luck in your duties, and I pledge to work with you and give you the needed support, myself and Nana Jane, in the interest of working for the Ghanaian people.
Into winning summer a year, President Mahama added to Jawabra, also in the second batch of ministers. And Mensanson Kyle Bio say, Ghana's Minister for Education now, Haruna Idrisu, Eric Opoku, Minister for Food and Agriculture, and it governs Kwame Agboja, Minister for Roads and Highways, Omono, part of the first batch as well as Dr. Dominic Ayine, Attorney General, and Minister for Justice, John Abdullah Jinapo, Minister of Energy and Green Transition, Dr. Kesiela Tuforsen, Minister for Finance, and then Ewoho. Na Osha second batch na senior minute 2 when him earlier no second batch no so ye wo obi to say Ablaje Fagomashi, Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, George Opare Addo, Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment, Emilia Arthur, MP for Shama, Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, Ahmed Ibrahim, Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, and Elizabeth Ofosu Ajare, Minister for Tourism, Trade and Minister for Trade, Industry and Agribusiness. Now, Ube Bisase na mame na momolate onono yansweni in ana eyadea onono enua ya reporters stress wamba medru hontem enunti ena yansweni in eyadea parliament approve no but eba swearing in ceremony of Flagstaff House no wandru ho entem entino ena wonte say yaboni din say yasweni in enti mame Agnes Namomolate still ano or Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection designate. Parliament approve no. Nanso enyadia President edene authority of office ashen in sem enti emremno menya so betumi akare ne ho as minister yet. She said President as sworn in into office. Na ocean so regional ministers ya vetu so far 9 Ali Adolf John as Northern Regional Minister designate, John Kwajo Japan as OT Regional Minister designate, James Gunu as the Volta Regional Minister designate, and Rita Kosia Awate as the Eastern Regional Minister designate. I don't know. And omo pensem in several home parliament and the minority leader. Alexander Afenyo Markin editor just say na obotni na for MPs ni be din na say we say onya appointment no shed domo more majority side over 180 MPs na dodo na nya MPs no say mon kan kira President Mahama say on hwe na ne nkompa Ghana for chew na on appoint mo bi enka ministers no because also parliamentary do more munya appointment na to ono no ehano na ene ebisa say obegia tum say President Mahama eba abegyina simpie so na waka se o Ghana for me ana me kan say me be appoint a government of 60 ministers emo me hwe se ne esi kona mama me kwan na me appoint me kan because onim say regional ministers ni na no e ka ho bio ntie nei ye wo 12 sectorial ministers parliament approve omo ye wo 4 regional ministers parliament okay so you have vet omo afeni be approve enti no ode 12 we de ka 4 we ho a eno 16 me boa ansana ye wo close to about 22 omo so afei ena ye ba be vet omo nti wo hwa akaka kra bi na say the 60 ministers and the president no achieve we na minority leader ka say no president on hwe no pa echo na on fa bin kan on minority leader ya adwen de na parties nso omodwen ho say ye ba be di hu nkomo and then underpay na o share the pledge president Mahama de ma Ghana for say within the 120 days in government no obeye nyoma bi na on say anyone bebre ho at least or can send the cabinet or be form as we speak or nominate to omo nyina awie aka say parliament be vet bi mu let's say wakona nim aka the deputy ministerial ebano some state agencies so wa appoint bebre na wa appoint bebre na into offices. So now NIA ewo mo executive secretary, the PMMC ewo mo penny or no GRA wa nominate you be and so no party for no say ebeyanka che sign ade a lot of the Cocoa Board Dr. Randy Abe kwa share ho o share MP wa nominate you be alcohol o share the boss obi kwa share ho GMPC obi call Petroleum Commission obi call wa nominating go for na bebre na ene dey to wo screen so ntu show screen so a obi hu say nomination a president ayeno ya de omu nyina picture ato kama e dey amount ente ne okọ Adom TV a obi hu sa nomination si amo a ya appoint you so call various offices in the team. I'm running through okay ntu show sisi an ye dey ato the ministerial omo a ya vet omo ya approve omo no yetumi aswe omo in ye dey omo pictures no ato ho me run through quickly ntu share ya science at the regional ministers no abeto ho kama also wo hwe bi ama baby a etumi akoye nti o hwa president Mahama nsem o kan ye say on Ghana for ebeye kwa pam say oba obeye nneoma bi no ya ade a president Mahama etumi aye nneoma no bi kama nti o hwe nominations a why no so far na ade o kan so about 120 days no obehwe na why ampansunsu wahwe na why na kama o say within the 14 days obe nominate a complete list of cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval ampa why no also obe constituted the leanest and most efficient government under the Fourth Republic in the first 90 days in office and also why or say obe establish a robust code of conduct and standards for all government officials. I don't know idea ye trying say or the Babatuja or say obe hold a national economic dialogue. Now what discuss the true state of the economy. Now what prepare a homegrown fiscal consolidation program to guide the budget. Idea non so oba also within the first 90 days in office, obe scrap the following draconian taxes to alleviate hardships and ease the high cost of doing business: e-levy, COVID-19 levy, 10% levy on betting winnings, any emissions levy. Within the first 90 days in office, obe review taxes and levies on vehicles and equipment imported into the country for industrial and agricultural purposes. Obe commence drafting needed for legal amendment and prepare for implementing the 24-hour economic policy under the office of the president. Obe establishing an accelerated export development council to promote export as part of a broader strategy for economic transformation. Obe convening a national consultative conference on education to build consensus on needed improvement to the sector. Obe implementing a no academic fee policy for all first-year students in public tertiary institutions, universities, colleges of education, nursing training institutions. Now, I know the Minister of Education, they just say, "Omo tria ko university krano Adia Mripamuno or Meshana Omar Fande or Biasika Amano Kama. Also, we introduce you the following interventions: free tertiary education for persons with disabilities, the Ghana Medical Trust, into bracket Mahama Cares Fund, commence distribution of free sanitary pads to female students in primary and secondary schools. In some of those, you try to yaba, you didn't can in about 120 days contractor on the Ghana for Queno, but in about 2 when in Yakwaba. Memo akwaba bio Mvambra Nnawotwe Yi. So na make sure President John Dramani Mahama 120 days social contract on the Ghana for a core. Now, point 14 also be institute to a government policy banning political appointees from purchasing state assets into Madam for Peter Menzo Abetina Hay. Policy we better say no to mean to state asset be a say appointing and I say or qua by moi and yard with me a talker on to mean to assassin. Oh, Peter. But where I am on my Ghana. Also, be allocated seed money for the establishment of Women's Development Bank. Obel launch the following priority job creation programs in the first budget: a Jumawura program, National Apprenticeship Program, and 1 million coders program. Into idea or Babe and Kama. Also, commence the review of the Customs Act 2020. No scrap law banning the importation of salvaged vehicles. Now they rescue the local automotive industry. Ewa Swami magazine. Kokompe Aboso Kai and any Kekao. Obele before Parliament a new bill to streamline government scholarship administration. Obe prohibit political appointees from accessing government scholarships and eliminate political patronage, cronyism, nepotism, and the corruption in awarding government scholarships. Obe ban illegal and new mining activities in forest reserves. Obe rolling out Tree for Life and Blue Water Initiative, or the Healy and not sustainably harness the environment by turning areas and water bodies degraded by illegal mining into economic and ecological recovery hubs. Obe launched the Black Star Experience initiative as Ghana's flagship culture, arts and tourism brand to transform Ghana into a preferred tourism destination. Commence investigative processes to purge state security agencies of all militia and vigilante element. Hey, into more more soldier police owner. So you vigilante member obey you him. Hey, wow. Okay. Okay. Obey reopen investigations into major unresolved criminal cases, including 2020 election killings. I don't know why instructed IGP that so on share don't be investigations into it. Also West will go by election violence. Murder of Ahmed Hussein Swale and Salas Wulu Shame. Obey initiative probe into the man-made disaster caused by the VRA spillage from Akosombo and Ekpong dams, displacing and destroyed the livelihoods of thousands of citizens in Volta Eastern and the Greater Accra. Obey initiative immediate steps to compensate the flood victims. Now, or more audio Bekanwe OT, Bono East and the Savannah regions. Obey career shake-up of all loss-making SOEs, now are realigning to break even normal transition into profit making. Peter Mensah, a member of the NDC's communications in Wabaga. Peter, good morning.
Adom Yi.
Okay.
You promo.
Biasha sister Meboa.
I'm say Kojo Yancha Ghana for Wajibre. Na or show Fidi Cassie. Wafidi a quechipa. Some Makaya say, my half of 40. They be a could draw half of baby and not pay. Obia Adom TV. And chair half of 4 years. Me am crew for a same drink home for good do I mean na akom. And then Nana fee any bishop for no more.
Okay.
Until yan chair or money any half when this in penny for you.
Okay.
Now when him say OCBBS Sano. My mentor said the atmosphere has changed. Incroansefo fro aba omanimo. And that's what for aba omanimo. The friend investor confidence. And ne a dead. Well, only maybe a friend say ubi yarani akase first aid. Yen fan so ni yare na no ansa na yenye durankasa de eden. The Embra President Mahama you declare so your president na Ghana fonya bibia first aid. ahokyere ne kodanda pinisie ne chese elisutia na Ghana fo mu no President Mahama wini ya na niama ne yede start society. There was a natural feeling of a new hope at the Ghana fo. And the President Mahama share asia ne niama from the one said the water to niama ehye niama diama oman no ama omanfo nanya gidie bi se eyampa oman Ghana ebe fan ntoma pa efre bi amanarefo businessmen omudi amonone edwadie enhunu se sabre with President John Dramani Mahama no oman Ghana ebe ya oman bia omobetumi di omusika asan be hye oman ne mu biom enti no o ka chem se niam sesa kodwei eniam no eye wan kase wani masema bia tutu yi appointment no said the President Mahama hye ni nyina ade kwa ye be ka wanse no. There are some people have reservation, but in all about 95% of this appointment are solid appointment. O hye said you see hye ade na ka say papa no na ni ambrese obe reset your man. In fact, o hye said the President Mahama emma mabunu no kwan. This the last me catch you say eye ana mabunu ana sorry gina paye campaign ema yewini aba no. Enti was a President Mahama a strategic appointment. A beboama ya consolidating engage with the youth. And then we shall see the wish at this appointment. Oh, chef from regional ministers now more appointed. Nyankasa me di mo ko aha for regional. Pama yen oba so no. Nyankasa me nuaba Charity Gardner as the regional minister for aha for region. Or a young woman, vibrant, effective on grounds. Campaign said the Ministerial charity or far campaign work up. Or ye Juma or wonim dear so. President Mahama, I shall say, yeah, half for region. Minister Bedano, swap for Beda half for regional, ya Paminia Charity Gardner as the half for regional minister designate. And no chair president, or ya so your bar. Then also chair President Mahama, this one you say. Ya mama blue kwine, ya mama kwine. So edi mama congratulate me about charity. Nyame ya don Monday ene kwakwaye ne vet and I believe in her and I know she will deliver for her for people and have for ye die nie. Meni minua omahene. Nyame ya don Monday e be convert. They say ahafu ye so die nie. So edi nyame ya don Monday e be convert. Na o hwe eno no other regions said you see for me make us me nua Franka Makwene Asante regional minister. So I just say when we are talking about youth politics, student politics, he was one of the vibrant. He's a former NUCS president. So I just say former NUCS president, the biggest region like Asante region. Now President Mahama and they share Dr. Franka Makwene. It tells you sir Papa no when is wadi who say yam building the next generation. Nim dia ya mamrantie ne mamma no anya ya bom ho ka wo school mu mo manya sabre ni yamma emaburu no kwan. Na emaburu no beheden take over the governance of the country. Yam penifo no yan treche yan garden ayi emrantie ne mabawa no. No mo yeden yan chechero man no. And I think this vision na President Mahama eba edaso last na meka nyankasa me boss lawyer Sami Jamfi.
Yeah, I was going
yes there. Lawyer Sami Jamfi ne kasa deputy chief of deputy don't know we say papa no wasese niama no. Yes because near me catch you say on money position a be convincing amount for ti o make say wow. So what I say ye take position dey ma Sami Jamfi obi ati o make say wow. Na yet what why you say Precious Minerals Marketing Company. Nana Musa Kwati Bibia, the biggest vision of President Mahama. I friend a gold board. Yes, he didn't you know share Sami Jamfi. Aye. Sosket. Not just adiano. Ya jene ama President Mahama say papa. Shane just a mrantie ni maba we ya. Wo mu tuom hu sia bontie yi adwuma de ma wo no. Ma mo position e be convincing Ghana for. E be convincing Ghana mabunu. Now what take this position we and the lawyer Sammy me and Kasame boss. That's a big one. So I say, and the not just a papa no. Or one who from one who to so say, obey massa allocation. And then Sammy Demfi is somebody who is a go-getter. He's very determined. He is resource oriented. That's Sammy Demfi for you. What the idea is Ocean to last one that I say young communication.
Okay.
Ocean the both political communication our best system.
Okay.
It you don't know somebody obey to me had assess the fortune. Last one on that. Eh yeah, Kasa Minua your friend say Malek Basentali. The Basentali boy. Or the youth employment agency. Edia share Minua Malek
appointment do
Minia ye chichaba ye nim se ye papa said ye me catch on nim adwuma bia ye enti obia e de beba
but ye share
ministries
appointment na all ye no.
Okay.
The minority leader says a lot of the MPs in your appointment be yanka President Mahama hwe on be pagana for just me ana me kan ye mo de me sremo mo ma me mfa kakra nka ho ohun say
Afenyo Markin say if we are saying if we be vision, if you are visionless, not winning baby our car, you be disorganized. Until you do things haphazardly. Near money so. But winning baby our corner, but I see when it's what. You set your target, you go after it. You know how you execute. And ya Afenyo Markin no be represent Mahama de onye. Wo mutu mampamirika ye pentemo ye baba ye adwumo sisa 125 ministers appointments. And only na we have the men ni nyina kodoi. Ebe dani chinchinga.
That's our first time there you can't.
And me cast some natural. You see and yes Afenyo started
number now when was the first time.
And then that's how it is because President Mama has just started. And we'll make it this what do you call comment. And to me trying to say wo mo ye kasubom tutu mampamirika ye bentemo ye be ye dwumo sisa 125 ministers. Ye tuaneka ye tuane driver car VAT no fuel ya ne togu mo wo mo made ye ne tu omo ka efie ndiaba ye fra bibi entertainment allowance bi bia wo mo je ne nyina hwetere fam mane ne na o ma jaka o mo de eka about 650 billion abeka ye public debt eka o mo de beka ye public debt wo mo ko a hwetere America tuo ne nipa dodo ne nyina je no enti kwanya wo fa so bu wo man no o man na kota mna donko ma ye be reset no enya na ba kire President Mahama say nipa no ye nim sese ni President Mahama nim de enti the first place no ministers no ministries no wate so
yes
ana yaba ministerial appointment so no yate so and what kire say enya every ministry ene benya deputy. And in the target of having system ministers, we are going to have. There are so many agencies under these ministries are they can fall under and operate. So what I say, enti Afenyo Markin the onya kan ye so honorable why na say wuti echira trechire na hwe said the visionary leader, the nation builder. You have John Dramani Mahama. And then say say ebegu akwam. Munsia mamuo every NDC ho. Munsia said yes, it's on mine. Every President Mahama ho.
And President Mahama should stick with the 60.
That is what President Mahama has promised Ghanaians.
Or appointed 65.
Oh no, I promise say Ghanaians say obey appointed system ministers.
And I'm so appointed.
So President Mahama meba. President Mahama I just say asweye bi ehia say also odi bibi ka ho a President Mahama na be ba bontia ba be ka kire Ghana for. Enya Afenyo Markin na be ka kire President Mahama say oh for ministers ni bi ka ho for allocation we ka ho enya na obe direct President Mahama woni mi direct an ka direct President Kufuor ne ba womia ema mu bu o ma ni yie emi enkoto amana donko we mu a ena afe na ye try say be restructure things wo mu ntrasidin wo mu nhwese de yesi bu man emfri NDC ni President Mahama ho enti Afenyo Markin honorable kawano pado honorable Afenyo Markin me se kawano pado
onkana no mpa
do no hwe se die si bu man wo mu ni mu bu a enkanya ne se bebie wi sam pipi fo ni mamambo ni bu a enya ne se ne ye wo sa bebie mpokere wi mu edi ye se niema wo mu ntena se no mu follow se die president Mahama pick niema no 1 2 3 4 5 ya obi nyoma boy o se me de no 1 2 3 4 na me ko aha ya di abotre protesta ya be shisho man ya be reset the economy and the vision of president Mahama no you see sir enka anya ni wu aya na sometimes amanyofo ni bi o mani hu asemo a enka samre inka e ba ne se na before na e ba be kire e kwan ya president Mahama amfa so hyehyɛ ne am
don't mention
na me se woni mi kira nka mfie nwatwe no ba bia de yadudie what are you talking of hasan ben aka woni mi kira enko an kira yewura bawomia ene ekufuado amoma hyehyɛ ne am ba bia yaduru we na ye de ne am na toto ye yigi ane 11 aniama na ya akono ye 1 2 eba kana foni ate said the president Mahama power pump and phone kana foni ate and look at the ministers honorable Dr. Kisel Atoforsen just look at somebody like Dr. Kisel Atoforsen, finance minister. You see, he is one of the fine brains in the country. Obekaya proud to say yebekwa kotwaba no predictions are Dr. Kisel Atoforsen about the economy bibia no mo chastising ni nyina no bibia da ebem. Dr. Kisel Atoforsen say there is going to be a haircut by this government. There's going to be a domestic action program by this government. And Simpia President Dr. Kisel Atoforsen ekaye MPP focus at ni nyina na ebemu. It one of your friend a prophet of economists. And ono ne the economy national sir. One more 3 key areas are any focus as finance minister. Or said number 1, stabilization of the city. City na what dia top pese. Ghana for ehu so. Papa na waka sengo so ya ambassador for city depreciation. We Ghana city depreciation. Was so call IT classes. Bawomia na wodi city no eja potopoto no. And finance minister Dr. Kisel Atoforsen said the focus obeboa me stabilizing city no. Then she share the baba no or the ato. Number 2, was say reduction of prices. In inflation akosura and yama poadea ama cost of living no high living standard low ama Ghana for no. Dr. Kisel Atoforsen said the focus, one of his main focus no ebeye sa inflation reduction said the ebeye Ghana for home making high and was it and the key most important as well, job creation. When the economy is growing, okay.
All right,
and on the beboa ama your friends saying job creation, because you have macro and a micro economy. It is a macro no and a micro indicators in the work here. A bit my economy minimum buy. You are creating more jobs, because with the micro no, that means businesses will be what? Expanding. More businesses will be coming up.
Okay.
That's all for being the ministers in the offer being count. But the president Mahama and it made sure the Dr. Kisel Atoforsen, finance minister, she see sworn in all canon. And she say, "Yeah, dear work, yeah, that's right." Say MPP for you, Afenyo Markin, honorable Murray, and Muntrachi. Na munsia said ye si bumai. Munsia said ye si chechiro mine. Na said ye beya o mine no. Ye bumai na after 32 years. Ni say oh boy, we dey abrenti ebia. Mosia ade awie nti mo meteki o mine na. After 32 years, Ghana for ye be consider MPP for.
MPP for can be for.
Oh, abaja ye ade efe. Said ye o mine ye si chechiro ne kono. Na wo so hu say eni da swaba.
Okay.
And na Ghana for enyo madwen say ye be san ko sa baby an ye wi
mate me da say me MPP ni kwan no so mbremo bi over.
Yes sir.
Alexander Afenyo Markin say ebeyanka President Mahama or on patch no increase. On the adring, I'm sure you would agree with him. I didn't know as a president patch or no increase in numbers.
Yeah, mama for kwenye we na menchie tie phone na. Nimtie me brother so. Propaganda. Masa.
Sakasalia.
Propaganda we your propaganda papa. But first of all no. Uhwe lista your mama de ba no me de enye me mama.
because there is no any other person. It will be baby.
Okay.
We're expecting say what the baby. These are the NDC people. These are those who are in parliament making noise.
Making noise.
Oh yeah, I mean, they may explain it.
Are they now explaining noise now? Okay.
Oh, but I mean, Bibri, no man Bibri, Omukano. Any idea? A bit my work, but Omuka. But I've just used it as person. And these are the people. And he said this is the first time mobile government too. These are the same people, including John Dramani Mahama. Our dear Kodum Somu for 4 years. Energy Minister Georgina Powea, omu ye to say, ya discover a new idea. This is a very personal. Or superintendent Dumso for 4 good years. At the first way, I ordinarily call the high heavens. I can't say, ya who be that? Ya who anything like at the first that. This is the same guy. Oh no, he was a deputy, the friend say, finance minister, and they round the economy aground. That's that time COVID niho. Now there was nothing like any disaster now world economic crunch anywhere. These are the very people who rounded the economy aground to the level of comatose.
Okay, so then
and then we had to end up at the IMF before MPP took over. These people had already handed us over to IMF.
But then the church almost run the economy to the ground compared to.
But that's what I'm explaining to you. Oh, listen. That's what I'm explaining to you.
Okay.
Say, there was nothing like Obetimaka say, oh, because of ABCD, world global situation in T and the economy now. It was just out of incompetence. So, omuntimi and run economy no. And omudi IMF. Because there can be reasons why people go to hospital. Somebody can get accident and goes to hospital. Somebody out of recklessness. Adi I say ND, no akodi. No smack, no one says no smack. No I could do hospital. Obisu oha otenani baby and a car be bono. Then you do hospital. Until I'm telling you, say, even though we also handed over to them under IMF. It was completely out of incompetence.
What was your CD to dollar rate?
No, that is not the only measure of.
Yeah. I mean,
it was 4.2.
Inflation, sorry.
Inflation was like 15.4.
But Ujano,
but that is not an issue here.
Okay.
In the course of our governance, we had better inflation. We had better CD to dollar ratio. But I'm saying, say, at the time we were ending, not the effect of COVID, our toll on the economy, and it's not in only Ghana. Almost everywhere in the world, there's no country in the world that one who said COVID affected our country and the economy. Ghana was not an isolated case. US, UK, everywhere. But under the NDC government, I mean, we had a fairly economic, environment. But at the end of the day, because of mismanagement, and it's the same people Ayeka Omasemi, led by John Dramani Mahama, 4 good years, even under this government, Ayeka economic situation and all those things. Have you seen, say, Yedum Kania? Have you seen, say, we had to put off the light for 4 good years? No. Because the energy sector propelled the other sectors of the economy. Okay. And therefore, our one of our priorities. Say, offer or more individual. Like.
Now we see for Mama and the next topic. So.
Offer or more individual. For instance, I mean, somebody like Mutakam Barak. Well, I mean, he's a fine gentleman. He has not been given opportunities in the past, apart from Professor Mills' time, Minister for Youth and Sports. Of Oshena, he's somebody who can do the work because he's not too partisan to say the rest. No, I'm saying Mutaka Mubarak.
Okay.
Has not been given. Listen. Okay. Has not been given opportunities you know, during the previous NDC government.
Okay,
the only time he was given was Minister for Sports under Professor Mills, which was a very short time.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, he said, oh no, he's somebody on your two partisan. He wants to get the work done. I don't know the issue, I can say so. He wants to get the work done. The rest, I cannot say so for the rest. Propaganda. And we have seen, say, they do not have what it takes to turn this economy around. They don't even have it. Oh, he doesn't have it. He is nowhere near turning. I pray he gets things right. Me per se, oh yeah, economy right. Na yam benefit. But I'm saying he doesn't have what it takes to do it.
Eric Opoku, Minister of Agri.
Eric Opoku is about, you know, throwing out unnecessary figures in the system.
Even those in the industry believes.
I'm in this industry.
You're in
yeah.
Okay.
I have background in agri, and I'm saying no money be our. It is not important.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, say you are just throwing figures around with that. I mean, it is not about.
Important.
I'm saying which one is important? Tell me.
I think
which one is important?
I think all the things he said.
Say yeah, more figures now. Why about rattle figures? No? So you mean that wabi?
One rattle, he understands what you saying.
Wabi because figures in the near now wabi rattle wabi read actually, and now wako chew figures now wabi catch. And then because of that, somebody say, oh, wabi. What then wabi? It is not about talks. You see, governance is not about talks. And these people, I thought by now, Krano. They should have get their acts together, sit down, reflect, and then govern. It is not about say me, but no, or shout, yes. It is not about that. It is about thinking through what you have inherited and how to go about it. But we are in this year. Everything is about propaganda, even from the appointment. Do you know the reason why I'm saying that even the appointment requires propaganda? Sure. When it comes to the number of ministers, Okano say, Afenyo Markin say, oh, he can exceed it. I don't agree that he should exceed it. You see, our politics have reached a stage where we have to hold you by your waist. So OBC in opposition say, may says to say what the same way your mama want to change his mouth, say you be rationalize the taxes. We want e-levy to be removed. We want the veteran tax to be removed, and then the COVID levy and all those things to be removed. So, or see system ministers. We expect him to give us assistant ministers. Oh, he should. No, I disagree vehemently on that. But I'm saying, the number of ministers alone, no, and say the government is lean. Because ultimately, for instance, let me give you this. Do you know a senior minister position? It has its equivalent. So, person senior minister. There's another way of calling that person. Do you know?
I don't know.
And only senior presidential advisor. Under the NDC. Under the NDC. I mean, from Alai Mahama Idrisu, Rollis time, when he was removed as the defense minister, he was given that position. And the Kufuor, he had this position, no, Edema, J.H. Minister. We decided to call him senior minister. But the same office, same role, same everything. Under Professor Mills. No, under John Dramani Mahama. Now, PV Obin. He was handling that position. Yeah, Samba Biom. And yes, I didn't call. This idea, a senior minister, and the second time, then I said no. Because NDC for Ama who say, oh, MPP, the ministers, no doors, because it is because of the nomenclature. The name we give to them. And then our second term, Osofo was in the same office, same workers, same role, same everything. But Dino and HNG and Emano, senior presidential advisor, same budget. I'm saying, you say, a Flagstaff house, creating unnecessary portfolio for people. Just because they don't want to, they don't want.
Which one?
Oh, there are so many.
I
mean, a presidential a staffer on the 24-hour economy, government communication, something.
But you had some special initiatives. You had all sorts of.
I'm saying, these could have been ministerial positions. And some of this way we have budgets. Even under security, the way security.
The security is no.
National security minister. They don't have it, but they have including national security coordinator, national security operator, and all those things.
Your national security operator.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the operation.
is the national security advisor at the presidency, in charge of
operation.
He's in
charge of operation.
Yes.
Director of operations.
We never had those sort of unnecessary positions.
Now, Lord Komi was
operation.
So
not national security. Not national security.
No. What is all this? Can you
imagine?
I'm
telling you.
Stop this.
That is not Lord Komi's position.
You are misinforming. Stop this.
You
Director of operations at the
presidency.
It is not like that.
What?
In charge of security.
And why? Okay.
Lord Komi one. Yeah.
Apart from that, you will be a horse and share director of.
Thank you.
He's still appointing. On young he just started doing that appointment.
You are confusing.
At the end of the day, no, only ministerial.
Memo akwaba emfa na wenche dwumadi so wa Adom TV. Menko Facebook na memfa comment be bro. Kofi Ajiman Blackman say watching you guys inside Pig Farm. Kofi yes yeda se papa Abbas Zakari ono wamaye heart emoji yeda se o hwehwe no na menhwe we sumfa ntumutew momo bi mo comment na nyade ya be kan timpacho Seth Ashley say do you come MP before budget here we say you guys will stay in opposition for a long time because you don't learn. Yeah. Seth Ashley ne dia or the buyer any well
why do you learn papa. Well, we learn a lot.
Okay. You remember we have 5 minutes on this topic. Can wrap up? Yeah.
Ojo, you see, minua saka salia. Adie ye ne fa on kasa ye ne fe. Adie ye fa kasa fe. The jai say we confuse on now confuse the public. The appointment of Dr. Kisela Atuforsen as finance minister has brought back investor confidence in the country. It has energized the local business folks today. Adding crunches sonko about local economy nimu because of the intelligence and the experience you are Dr. Kisela Atuforsen ewo. And you know, somebody like Dr. Atuforsen, your finance minister, how didn't go to why? Why now then to know? You will position more bemkan on one casampo and guided governance. The economy on an stretch ramo or case penabem or casamunya se moanya penabem or casamunya se penabem. The obey can be a prediction be na Dr. Kisela Atuforsen and be a bra your position. Everything was coming in. And nama a be more friend or the prophet of economists. And you know, Sana or your finance minister. Na nyamiadom investor confidence local business is booming back. You should be happy. As a citizen of this country, on penny fortuna say economy no. Our best someone or best share near me. It is handsome now can mean you die. Now what do you be quakoto honorable Erikopoku? Minia, adie yo fa kasa yo fe. Ya adie wo ye no. The knowledge of honorable Erikopoku in agriculture. You see, sometimes politics there are some people who can comment about, but there are some people even within MPP they like the man. Politics about honorable Erikopoku. The moment you do that, Obia show Obia Kazana Papa Fever. Honorable Erikopoku knowledge in agriculture. What are you talking of? Faneto to former agriculture ministers. Just check out his knowledge in agriculture. Please don't go there. Honorable Erikopoku ebe fixe them less in agriculture. Because the biani say agriculture. If we look at agriculture sector very well, the economy will grow.
They mess never in agriculture.
Many will say cocoa board on cow to cocoa board, but 13.5 billion Ghana cedis. 13.5 billion Ghana cedis cocoa board can go. And so mobile farm 2016 near the profit about 137 million
I will cocoa board account to me. Papa be ja eka and a dear to cocoa board honum. And there are so many, yeah, free abemono. Now cocoa production, about 1 million metric tons. Almost free abemo se siano. We were hovering around 450,000. Cocoa production I confirm say baja. Baby I say.
Na prices here.
And Timinia said na ye catch Ghana for say more creative mess. Na nyamia domini enya nimdifo to say honorable enkopoku. I would see agriculture say. I would see akuafo say. I would see agribusiness say. I obe combine it ade nim de amia chichire agri sector. Near to me grow economy no say nipa we wa ba me nua sakasa ye. Jasa danko dada de kasana na kasasa unua no MPP for kwambo muti o meka se jana also kra ni. There are some people in NDC. You see, NDC is showing the real men. NDC for any show the real men. And to show the appointment na buyer. But just look at somebody like Honorable John Jinapo. Just look at Honorable John Jinapo, his knowledge in the energy sector. Fantastic. Sumptuous. Utiana na oka about energy na. Utie che young people in the class. Papa remember NDC. Just compare him to the appointees Amomu Fire. Dr. Ayene. Just look at the name. Dr. Ayene, Professor of Law. As Attorney General. Just look at these people. You see, sometimes, you should look at the people, do comparative analysis. When you have proper comparative analysis, you will not be making some of your commentaries. And before you were John Dramani Mahama, President, you could say, what power one said woman take economy, manage the affairs of the country. No, they are fantastic, genuine, competent people. And there's no way you can compare your former ministers to these people. Their expertise, their experience. You don't have it. There are other areas. The first say momo acquire unnecessary appointment. Oko agri sector. You will be deputy minister for horticulture, viticulture, meticulture. They were just appoint up. Now, about 4 deputy ministers. And you about 3 deputy ministers.
That is not true.
After the agri ministry. Oh, may you horticulture, viticulture. Unnecessary appointment. You were the people who engage in those unnecessary appointments. They don't talk about unnecessary appointment we have done. We have not done any unnecessary appointment. They are credible appointment we've done.
About a year. On Wednesday, January 15th, I'll say President Mahama makes key national security appointments.
Fantastic. I wanted to stress on that too.
Former Chief of Staff, Prosper Douglas Bunny, appointed National Security Advisor to the President. DCOP Abdul Osman Razak, National Security Coordinator, ensuring a cohesive strategy across all security initiatives. COP Nathan Kofi Boache, appointed Director of Operations at the Presidency to oversee operational effectiveness in security matters. Charles Kipo, named Director General of the National Intelligence Bureau. That's it. But President appointed.
So Kofi Boache one, it's not a general operation. But it's about security matters. That's exactly what you're
according to that. But so I appoint to be as Director of Operations.
So he will still appoint the Director of Operations.
Member of 4 minutes on this.
5. Thank you very much.
20 minutes.
First of all, Erikopoku Membaha Abeka said he is not competent. But I'm saying it is now that be measuring competence. But untimin can say, because over the ability to chew figures.
No, it's not. But that statement you need not to repeat.
And rattle those are not the measure. We are yet to measure him because he has never yet Minister for Agriculture. He has always been in Parliament, oversight, and so on. Afenyo Markin. Okay. So what you say? He's somebody I like. It's not as if say, but I'm saying he should be able to walk his talk. He should be able to use Nyama Okano in order to bring production and to change the agri ministry for everybody. Secondly, you see, Atufosun, say Atufosun, ne appointment has brought investor confidence. On what measure? You just say it. What shows say it has brought investor confidence? And when you say, oh, it brought investor confidence, you should give us some measure. Say, oh, now inflation was like this. Even the mention of him going for separation, Emma, inflation reducing. But on the contrary, inflation is rather increasing. Depreciation of the CD, as we are talking, no, CD no 14.8 something. Sisia like 16. So what you say? So what confidence are you talking about? Say by mentioning say Atufosun Ministry of Finance and NT. Maybe echo ye amaye. No, I haven't seen that. The okani na propaganda. Me, I have known Atufosun for some time now as a minority leader. And we share at the time I was the ministry as deputy. In the case, we share the case in a crown to make sure say, indeed, Papa Way, he is not fit for that job.
Can you imagine?
I'm telling you.
See,
if I were him, I would have declined that position. I'm telling you.
Which position are you talking of?
I'm telling them. Finance minister.
Can you imagine? You don't make.
Oh,
you see, some of the things are. Why do you say? Where are you coming from?
When you were talking,
no, you don't make sense.
No. You face us for 4 years. We are going to
like interjecting, but some commentaries. So who can you compare your finance? Can you imagine? Some of these comments you don't make it.
No, you cannot take
communication.
You people were here in sort of here and there.
Who in your government that was appointed as finance minister can you compare to Dr.
Hold on.
And you are making this comment.
I don't even the way I
you can criticize, but you don't talk about it. How do you talk about Atufosun? Can you imagine? Look at all these comments.
How can you tell me?
What's your performance?
How can you tell me, who within the how can you tell me, sir? Who within the
Look at the caliber of experience. They are talking about experience and knowledge and intelligence. They are not sexy economy. They are talking about. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
You're still on NT.
Yeah.
You need to retract that. You don't make that comment. You need to retract that.
Listen.
I will never make such comments. I'm only saying that I'm making a comparative analysis. But I don't go at the person.
No. You know the reason why I said
hold on,
you don't.
Meba, hold on, Munti.
Yeah, I'm holding on.
When you said not fit for purpose, it wasn't insulting, Meba. When you said not fit for purpose, just that word.
Yeah, because I was
going to explain. Because you're saying that maybe to you, he's a round peg in a square hole. That's your imagination.
Exactly so.
But when you went ahead to say,
say
that word now you see it there. It's not a metric of measuring someone.
You don't do that.
But listen,
why do you have to go ahead and be talking about this thing? You retract it.
No, let me also explain. You have to explain why.
He don't want to reiterate it. He don't want to mention it. So don't go back to it.
Sakasali, listen to me.
Retract that.
I have said that. I don't have a problem with your use of. If you say.
But you know, why don't you tell listeners why he said? That prompted me to also say what
but comparative analysis
he said when I said that why don't you want the listeners to know what he said? He said that who in MPP can measure
that's a comparative
analysis. Up to the standard of
Atufosun. What is wrong with that? It's a public knowledge.
I want to even repeat it again because of what he said.
So you see,
yes.
But that's
How can you say that who in MPP can measure up to his standard? Ben
So far as I give you the respect, you should also give it to me. Muntie, you said something. What the word you
shouldn't also have.
No.
Condone what he said.
I tried to prevent him. I'm saying that.
Yes.
So
reprimand him.
Oh, I've reprimanded him.
Okay.
Yeah, but your word you used,
yeah, exactly.
Yes,
I accept that. So I will draw that one.
Good.
I will draw it.
Yeah,
so I mean, there's nothing new that they are bringing. He said Jinapo. I mean, we all know Jinapo. I mean, Obia, after giving the nod to go and be the energy ministry, the first thing, Okano, intro. Say, Ghana, you have 5 hours left. That there's a looming doom. So.
Do you know what he did?
There's a looming doom. So, and that you have 5 hours of fuel left, which happened to be false.
He gave categories.
Pardon?
He gave categories. One
No.
fuel type, he said we had 2 days.
HFO.
Yeah.
Or C.
We had 2
Or
days.
C. In the statement now we're making, or no one can say, call Parliament for vetting. Or say, oh, one can say, journalists, no, more using mischievous means to, misquote him. Which I don't even feel like he was being honest with the truth. And also say, there is looming doom. So there is no looming doom. So it's just like, let me tell you an example. You have, because in the energy sector, you have the HFO,
Yeah.
you have other light crude oils, the gas, and the wind. Who send power like this? It operates dual. It operates way.
Yes.
So Ubeka said, because for instance, maybe in your fridge you have Coke, you have malt, you have Sprite. Now there's a shortage of Sprite. There's almost getting Sprite is almost shortening your fridge. Then you come and say that minerals are san. Meanwhile, you still have Coke and malt in the fridge. He did not tell anybody that, we still have like 23 days of fuel for...
but he was talking about the emergency fuel.
Which emergency fuel are you talking about? Nipani see, Doomso is looming. It's not about anything emergency.
Okay.
So this is a person that is not honest.
Mate, Medasi.
And therefore, for me, I based on even that particular way, I would have recommended say he should not have been, given the no.
Medasi. Saka Salia, a member of the NPP's National Communications Team. Peter Mensansu, a member of the NDC's National Communications Team. Yen call the second topic, which has to do with a near free SHS year more one maternity in a year. No, say they Adrian Yanka and fans so be a member contractor be free. So have for better as a contractor, one for the income school. Badubonso Senior High Technical School, Agonan Quanta. Yes, nay, Badubonso headmaster and Casa on Shannon Tenadian to Quaba Faswato. And the responsibility. When him say, Encanona a problem, or me, if you to me short it, then Kodano Bedi Garim Qua, a Monqua near there, and they say head teachers Nankasa, or Monjola Monto, Modiani, only saying, Eberboa, and I say, Peter, 7 minutes on this.
That's a pa, na Yankai Ghana Funyana say. Yo, pa John Dramani Mahama, washe Ghana football. Penifua, ni ombe ye jumano. O mumu jidie. Na menim se Ghana fo so enye obi amo jidie. Ene nim dia obi awo. Nti no ne yede be ye adwuma ne akyekyere oman no. MPP fo de be sere mo se mo ntene kyere mo nsua de yi. Se de esi boman. Na mo nya dede ehunu ene ayampia na emwa. Ya base ye be kyekyere oman no. Ye be ye oman na mo man na ye fe ama Ghana fo enya ni da so. Ye to so ene wasema wo bisa me. Onim se President Mahama share Ghana for say education sector na ye be resetting yama. Into resetting at a education sector no. And no be any promise or the ma Ghana education for nyina say yen secondary schools mo no. Yen schools ahoduo mo no. Enuane a ye de man kwada ne wo school mo no. Na tebia no enye because ya centralizing bibia and Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration. Enti bibia free top and ye de kwase honom. Enti ubeko sukumu no nuane ankwala ne dipa. Kodwai. Last time me ka kire mo yi video ni bi pa. Enkwan enkwan ya hwehwe. Enkwan ya hwehwe enkwan no wo hwa mo abehu anim. Ankwada ubeko secondary school na nkwada di aduane. Awere ho asefem. O hwe South a monchewie na nkwala atete ho school mu
sikado sopu ebedi ekufodo ne ba wo mia ensam nyina no na nkwada no nkwanya hwehwe ene montere enti president mama se da bi entimi ma system we nkoso problem ne say aman na central government no ekura bibia wo soro ho ena nkofo bi hyehyehye yi mu enti de wo se ko ase hono na asefo no nya so mfaso no enko enti enu ho no headmaster ne your friends say caterers also mo economics local economics no muntumi sort niama wa ase ho no ya checha ya ma kodru baby last minute na nsenya ya beto obamu mo social rice fake rice mo a spy na na checha ma zugufo MPP aba no wo bi won chenie movement bi nti fake rice and ye call repackaging no and ye de come school for the rot at the education sector no of an asefem and the boss president mama the man Ghana for and the education sector for na to ma kuma so president mama ye boss ba wodi so and na was Ghana for boss me say me be the center of say ye chicha aduane ye procure me ye procure eniama ye de be ye aduane wo school so no afri central government na me de akwase or say and the headmasters of the various schools mema mo budget mo ankasa musika nie mo nkototo nuane a locally no mo benya na ye de aboa ye aduane de ama sukufo no number 1 onim faso benya no local administration for no ebenya control of affairs when it come to enuane ankola na bedi number 2 say enuane no mo kototo no ye nkoma mo social rights bi anfa ma ha ye koma local industries for no mo down hono ya betoto ya niama ya betoto ya niama enti at the end of the day no sikanet na economy grow mu endi si ya come hono ma sutifi southwa na se ye sikane ko sutifi southwa headmaster no ane ne caterers no ebe kodwom ogoso dwom friends hwidie mu dwom ni akɔhwidie market sika ne yetoto niama no hwidie mu market ya edi hwidie mu adwadifo so benya sika kakra se omo ya mfa nkɔhye mojoshofo bi mu nsam edi president mama bɔhye na wo seye no kanafo wadi so ntie ne ye nuanu ma sukufo headmasters and teacher for na mo bre na mu so no mo bete den ne me say president mama wo ye bɔhye ba wo shaba wodi so ne bɔhye wo hye say 120 days say ya wodi begu akom say 120 days no sa niama we kasugbo mu MPP ye wakufo do ne bawomi amammo ye ya ahokyere kese abeto no resetting no
and one be fa hoka
o say ne de education sector na central government etwa budget e de mo enti sika ne ba na mo som na mo nya den mo kototo ne
sika ne be ko de
abeko oh na wafa me se bo shaba na akasa no President John Dramani Mahama the man has a vision to reset this economy this country
enti any say headmaster be a charge parent be a say
no onko yes o afa na yemfa bed no budget allocation the upper channel say budget allocation na aya na sika ne tra central government o mo na distribute say o meto aduane nyina na de akọ school bia mo no ye yi sa de na fro yemfa sika no nko school mo na school for masters no mo ankasa nko tuto mu nuane no mo hwe nuane am betumi aye enkwala ne bedidi papa amapo mo de because whatever me say last minute ai dari anko na enkwala ne be school ebe fie o na me kan na wo ye di mo so rice fake rice brewa wonya ya mutu o me kan okra na akira o
wasn't reported anywhere
it was distributed I wonder why nya bie want it
me ka dare na
kojo want it me say nkwala bebro mu ko fia na omusu ye yam o ene ye yade o mo so fake rice o mu didi ye ntia What do you parents? Now the parents go to come. Yes, na baby baby.
Which man?
After Epumu hono. Say Epumu no mo teacher but so right no. Make us some natural. Ye chair fake rice and I say fake rice.
I know they say FDA reporting.
Now would you fake rice here? And fake wo we am.
And no so nche o man ka say fake o. O say
expired goods.
Dabi. Say best before and then
just Adam ko dada dey no kojo na mo dada na me so mo dada ade ni ye fake wo di ade ye fake ya how yam
fake say
expired The thing has expired.
When
And you fake. FD for an account. And almost you are more than why of a jai. Almost confirm me, yes, at the end of the next by date now. What year? Almost share off Amotobi almost some package, you know. Package now, one why I throw fake, you know, expired, you know, and almost some package no matter buy it. And if you buy any, you some pack. Send out your fake, no more costs some package, you know. And at the end of the day, I dare you fake spy. Who could dear what fat said you TBA amount for system on yet? And you hang go for me work wrong. It is the nature on the same. President John Dramama, Domani Mama, and who's our problem when you are. And was this year, yes, our problem with a while. And she share with you from that. You decentralize it, you know. And in governance, good governance, decentralization is very key. I love local governance. You know, make us answer we are not Ghana for deputy local. Ghana for Montias, you say. There's no Mama. Yeah, the young say. We are better the picture. She share no reset and has starting education for money. Mommy, more president Mama.
I was say she be quiet or say President John Mahama's approach to appointing ministers. Commendable. As a President Mahama, the approach to governance, any ministerial appointment, inspire confidence. On the ability to deliver on the Bosha or the Amagana for no drive a positive change. Ghana kiss me. Say if you read back quiet, or they are to Facebook and on Adom TV, obehu a program and all the commenter to or can say Stephen say good choice. Come down. Good morning, NT. Any time when I hit Abem Kakran, someone come down. Yo, Saka Salia, a member of the MPP's communication team. Oh, Zalia.
Yeah. First of all, I think headmasters taught Diane Emma almost schools. And yeah, they for Frobia. At the Dada Ewoho. In order for us to change and get effectiveness, you know. And they decided, say, we will centralize it. Ghana, we will gather all of them and distribute. Get suppliers and distribute. Because look, there's a reason behind that. Okay. Say, I mean, with the advent of the free SHS, you know, numbers swell.
Okay. Yeah.
If you are a supplier, and you say government man sika and san okoto ade na ba, odi sika be ko akoto aba. The government edema nkoda no. Then government pay later.
Government wasn't paying.
Oh please. I mean, and why is it that they are still working?
I see.
You just said government delayed in paying, but if you say government wasn't paying,
so
I mean,
government delayed in paying.
No, it's not only even the suppliers. Every work, we a supplier go to any institution. They will tell you maybe 3 months after, another 2 weeks after, say we supply them. Most of the time, call 1 year. It is not only about suppliers of school feeding of weighing kwan.
Also apply even private to me, bro, 1 year.
Oh yeah, I mean anywhere. Go to even the military. No, almost suppliers. Sometimes 2-3 years now and 2 more. So something. It's once the student population increase all of a sudden in 2017, it means that government will have to find an ingenious means, a very legitimate one, of course, how to feed the children without letting them sleep or closing down the schools. The suppliers, no, omudi omwa kasasika ekoto duaneba, edema buffer stock na ya keep. Then we use it to feed the children. In that case, there's a security, there's a guarantee. Say you were duane at all times. Emma nkodano. But okoka say before that, no, we used to have situations where say Yenisika at the headmasters now Oma could sit down schools. I went to school in the north, and a lot of occasions they are closing down schools. Sesika and Banti. So in order to stop weighing in and supply system way about say you pay suppliers na omo. But it doesn't mean say it was taken completely out of the hands of the headmasters. There are perishables. These headmasters. To say tomatoes. To say Numa essay. Nema ontimin to enkoguo for like months or weeks. And no these headmasters no. Say because I know a idea say on market akoto eba fresh. Say what you say. And no ye disaster can headmasters no. But who be can say the enya nti ye disika ni nyina eba ma headmaster no. It also take away the focus of the headmaster from academics and any administrative work. Headmaster, who say headmaster on markets. Now no. And now on for the farm gate, on obi farm. No on to adie. At that time, Crawford be so wa omo aba for administrative purpose say umbe headmaster. It take away the focus. Any juma ye the man say oye. Obia na juma. As a headmaster, your work is administration and even sometimes teaching. What do you mean? Can say you take upon yourself and yet another responsibility of marketing. Any those at the mouth already know. And you say headmasters, said the American one. You say more musika, perishable goods no, or food stuffs no. You disaster cannot mount.
Yeah.
After because I will pay power and everybody wants to hold money. Obia pese on yam fa sika put those mano say on kita na on fire there ope whether or not it will benefit the nation is enya no na omohwe. And those headmasters are happy say yam fa sika mo. They're happy, but you have to listen, you have to reason whether or not no na beboye. It is a anya sika na. What would the headmaster do? And one say, government and first come by into your close school. But say suppliers, mudi or musika at the kotra diana. Do you know? And headmasters still have money to go and buy the perishable goods. It's in your ma way mu it's just a matter of policy. Say media me feeling say you say. Obi musu eba and almost also feeling say omo say. We will see. Whether our policy way, you see our policy way, Amodeba. At the time, I hear Nisika cry. So, what you say? At the time, our government, yeah, Nisika. And then the population, the student population has astronomically increased. You can't be giving headmaster cash all the time. Look at the number of secondary schools I hear, Kroma. Over, I don't know, 7,000 or more. And then you are expected to be giving money all the time. Just suppose that one with a situation where suppliers will have to do it so that they will be guaranteed full staff for the children. And I think that is the reason why some of us believe that these people cannot manage these free SHS.
Really?
They cannot manage it with some of these policies. That is the reason why they are saying we should go and do some conference. Now, because at the end of the conference, do you know what they will say? They will say, Obi Muntia.
But I don't know, education, people in the education sector who have proposed.
And I'm saying,
let's gather around the table. We
have always gathered, and then government must have a policy. Then you give that policy to the education, to peruse and to advise you. You don't go with empty hand and say, hey, me the mama decided we don't do that. You have your policy in mind. Then you present that policy to the stakeholders. Say, okay, mun corrections my. And I mun feel say enyano mun na yem fine tune. You don't give them a blank sheet. Say, I mean, these people, it is true, say, Oma win election. It is true, say, NDC are winning election. But it is not true, say, Omuwo, all the knowledge, that knowledge that it takes to transform education. Education has already been transformed. Young himself, free SHS, it has to go through a lot of a fine tuning. We know that. And that's the reason why we have the secretariat. I'm sure these people will even collapse the secretariat, the Free SHS secretariat, so that it can focus on only the Free SHS rights or put down some of the concerns of parents, teachers, and we. Look, from 2017, yes, that's it.
Neeko so ewo aduane nsensem no. Ope say twice one and say ope different results.
Oh, say we mu NDC for no, say they want different results.
Yes.
But I'm saying, I am saying, it is not the best. Like the way I'm explaining it to you. Unless say you decide say you are not going to let the students go through the free SHS. If you want the student to go through free SHS, the numbers will be increasing every year. Where government will also need to relieve itself of all the time looking for money here and there. You need to outsource that department to private sector. And then the suppliers.
But when you say those days nana headmasters are to Mariano, no.
Yes.
And your headmasters na kodwamo. Also outsourced to private sectors, but it means that local sourced or the contract nama.
Yes.
I'm a mensa into be your friend. But when it is
when your mama was talking, didn't you say that? Didn't you give example? Say or the Scandinavian headmaster, na headmaster called Madina Market. But I'm saying, is it not the same suppliers? Is it not the same thing that the suppliers are doing? Suppliers now at the end of mano. And yet the local market now we cotton your mano.
But any supply back also supply by 100 school. Where school and
no, any supply back on supply. Do you know the number of suppliers that we have in
how
this
many
country?
suppliers?
Do you know them?
But once they
thousands
fail,
of suppliers.
But once they fail, they ain't to me cause one you so
how did they fail?
Abayan who where the challenges that you are in the school? Food shortages.
So do you think say if there are food shortages? Nipana headmaster the bemasa or non copy way no or no obenye food no way. If there are shortages.
Okay, so I get your point. Your point is that even though you say headmasters and co-but it's still the same problem.
It's still the same problem.
Okay.
That's the point I'm making. And I'm saying say the old way no is a way of ensuring say obi a supply no, and you would then have to take time, look for the money and give to the person. But say headmaster there, one first kind of manual on called a market.
But what if the headmaster?
And once we on call market, you know, students no best suffer.
But headmaster no because
and when the students suffer, the free SHS will suffer.
Because headmasters no more want to generate IGF and maybe we to me the IGF na different no more time. I buy back on the shame and
yeah, IDF na secondary schools wo. IDF ben. O de ka ba ko chire me. I mean secondary schools they don't involve themselves in because there is no school fees anymore.
Yes.
For anybody to say they get money from school fees anyway. At the end it's free. And I don't know how they can generate Omo Ankasa sika within in order for them to use it to go and buy food.
Okay.
And for me, I think say it's a matter of choice. But they have chosen the wrong choice.
Okay. Mamimbe phone lines no sisi na omo share ni omo tie so omo tumi tie 0 omo tumi afre no match omo 0302 211701 one that you between asasana and 2 and 3 0302 211701 0302 211702 and 0302 211703 ubetumi afre na ye no wadi nkomo fra Adom volume on your television set and our radio na tie ho phone so na ye ni nkomo mo amotie your radio so high na asempa 94.7 FM ubetumi afre na ye no edi nkomo oko Facebook nso a na oja comment on streaming of the page nso measure na mafa na ye marking time obi atibi o say conference e wa ho man so o say conference me ntie we
because after was that yes Western region was
hey that yes wow you hear that yes for you now why
obi a better
okay
the party na NPP for us say in the first place almost free senior higher ba emrasa policy we eba no bibiri se na enye NDC for the interview and almost to me engine, almost ever to us. Oh, my natural crumble. My no, as almost to me, Bob and PP are buying her about to say, what to me, I sustain free senior high. It is a pound, as my head or how, come you know, me as a baby. In your name was man, okay, so said the Nippon, as my dear, be a bit messy.
Okay.
I thought Emily, and but me, I saw improve, yeah.
Okay.
And you know, almost say, women in Ano, Abano by no, I know, yeah, show myself.
Yo, I say confidence, but I say Benjamin Pepra, but you want to
You, some Jamaican can say, yes, your best friend and this one. Or motioner or more, and part choice and say, I didn't hear you, pa. Minister Smell was almost saying it's me a book, you send me a bit and yeah, or more a bit me. Dear, or mark of it now, my job must not be careful, came them was fast.
Okay. Jerry, good morning. Mami Tewe.
Yo, good morning. I'm going to say.
Yanko po dia free.
Yo, yete nyamia se ne jumapa no pe moye. Eni wo ma won so ni ote hwa won so wo cheche wadwema o man na koso. Me de me kan nyina ne se ye nyina ne yie mu ne yepe. Enti we ko na we yaba. Ti se NDC aba. De kan nyina ne se de o mu ka so me ni na o mu nya mayen. Na eduane die ni school hu sensem nyina bibia anya fine kwala no nya o ma so yo mfensu ade na de eto so mienu so ne se wo ka se wo be trimester no sa semester no ni ade no ye hwe nim se wo momodi anye se ne be ya ye kofi aye ni teacher for ina akọ teacher for ene kwala aba mu nya ne o ma ba na bi ko ne bi ba se ne o mo kan no o mo nya ne sa ma ye no.
All right. Yo, Jerry, me da say. Kofi, good morning. Kofi mente hu TV no so pacho jongo TV no na tie hu phone so. Na me ente wa why?
Hello.
Kofi me ente o.
Me chairman no pay. I'm some program now here come on. Na. Yes, sir. President German Mahama says for education na anakufa to Dubai. Yes, sir, say o me ni e boss na wa se na yatini na onyi ni nemu. Sha feed in is kind of so ma masters no. Me kwa ma bin bi to go. Ebiana bedru me na ho se na ga ni se 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 me dinga ka. The woman first kana ankwa. Let's say omunye duane man kura ndi omunye se de na pipo na amanfo de duane ne ba nipa de duane ma bi be 6 months 3 months ho tua ne ka enu be beta se o discan be masters na se edru na se want yan first kana ankwa na se nkwa no be no mo di yesrem for education de mo hwe ne ye ma pa hu nya e Ghana po.
Okay. Yo. Kofi so dia no. What was it do marching? I mean tell.
Good morning.
Overseer do mente hu TV no so pacho mami tell.
Hello?
Yo, nana bon so marching o.
O so so ndi ka ho.
Enka ho so nana. Mami tell.
Amirate. Eh, Saka, ya me shia na. General Secretary ko bi mbona basna. Tombo na de ko chama. Aye de share di ate daga. Woni bibi, mama chama nyo sami eku. Na sire mi nua no a. I said, walk and some now be protected 2 years. Why never? 2 minutes I can't afford. The next I can get yes, but to say. So much bit must stabilize. Now you can't talk about 1 city. What's I would say Ghana for? Because you minister to phone bino. So much here, and yes, and it's a say. And the woman to me, no, and so and for. Because Ghana ni woni kana kwa matachemo omanamo the American say me dey papa pa na etabochie minister si we Ahmed Banda madam for no obatwa ya adwuma no konsala mi senya padma no enti enti fo mi anya ma yie na dey for year time Ghana for basa da banwe no e dey share them na kuma so dey.
All right, 03002211701. Mohammed, good morning. Hello, Mohammed. Mami Tewe.
Na be ken me se. Apan bia ne na de. Ije ono so apabe, ono so be che na de. Ono so ajo ni wa no. Ije ne yi ya fa ni ke ni ne yepe. Ije bra na handi di wo so no. Etue ati se be bre ma na omo no aduane. Ije ba school for no. Omo ye production. About the one car, the course of the brave. If you are anything is one day, yɛnhwɛ ne ɔno nso ɔbɛyɛ a ɛbɛkɔ akɔfie ti bi a na ɔno nso ne deɛ ɔbɛyɛ ɛbɛyɛ yɛ a obi nni mmom ayɛ nya abotɛ
okay yo
yɛnhwɛ ma ɔno
Roxanne, good morning. I'm in tail.
Yo, big brother. Yeah, NDC for years to say, oh, yeah, I can say a populist policy being putting in place. We need jerk reaction. Yeah, me patch and say, say, who you seek a headmasters, name some from Cotabia and Yabonu. Now, say, you money, and I say, our policy, no, what that. NDC, so schools in the northern region were closed down several times. And near Chia. And then what's also about the same thing. Wabra anka wo buffer stop wo any edi nuano no air bar anka amafo benyebi school for benyebi and then also was say twum the one say go back to what you were doing na eye failure no mama yen hwe na
mate akis me I mean tell
good morning Fakwajo
good morning
ye ma money aduma aboma Ghana man kan kata hwebekwa for ye hwe ma me check hwebekwa oba ahema na abere ne wo so so mienu Fakwajo me sere MPP for say Tomalu so amunye din ti sa bofra yegu na duane so a ohwe nam dodo a na ma me de begu so e kan say yewura John Dramani Mahama oba da hye Ghana ye yewura John Mahama school feeding program na sebe nkwana ni aye kwedere ti se nsu a etene no oba be ye ni ye ma nkwana pi ama nkwala na de aduane pa ma tinye suya de pa e ye tere
akis me mate ma memfa final caller e wo secondary abu
Yeah, good morning, Afenyo.
Platform.
I'm for cool and cry. But for the moment, what I said, you met one I'm moving up quite. But what about secondary school? When the German will be secondary school. No, I saw Mahama. Into them, a first student in Mahama's about when you have a you would hear the night of any time. Why you won't show? Okay. Somewhere last year, last academic, started from one.
Marty. Abu, my friends here, I am Renaso. Of a Sakasalia Medasi, say, oh, Banape. I am Renny, Yapon,
Nasa,
Adabi,
Nasa, could you and
over Sakasalia, next time, Peter, Wakasa, I am that's why I'm out of my recession now. You're a Zoti and I'll share as well. Good morning.